And then I saw an Oldie one day driving, didn't really know what it was, but I drove past this Bulldog. And I mean, it's one of those times when you had to,
Stop the
about
car.
rip the transmission out of the car because you saw something, you got to turn around and go back. And it was in those days, it was safe to go knock on the door and say, hey, that's a really cool dog. Tell me about your dog. I did that. They said it's an Oldie. And so then I was on the Oldie thing. And okay, so I saw those. I had the Americans. I always have had English my whole life. My parents raised them. And, I've always had, a little English. I just love the breed. So then I got it in my head, I was going to make Oldies. And so I didn't know how that all worked. So I started making calls to the registries because I didn't want to do it and be doing something that, it's going to be looked down upon or whatever. And I realized after I talked to them, I just want to try this. If it works, great, and I showed them the dogs I'd be working with and all that jazz. And they said, yeah, go ahead and try it. So I did. And it turned out really great. And so that's when I really started crossing dogs real hard. And I learned a lot from that. But after that, I wanted to make a smaller, version that was easy for me to drag around everywhere. But I wanted to be active. I wanted to fit my lifestyle. I wanted to have a longer lifespan, all these things I was going to do. And at that time, I was pretty invincible in my head.